As we prepare for the new skill damage formation, getting ready to be released into the game, we need to talk about something real quick because a lot of people are working their pity on the wedge formation. I get asked this question. I got asked it 3 times in my Discord yesterday. So this is the video that's going to help you, because if you're sitting on a whole bunch of choice chests and you haven't opened them, wait. But it's only for those with wedge formation. We'll talk about it. We'll tell you what to do, get you all prepared to be able to transition everything to the new formation. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chadsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms as a sponsored creator, content creator. And I love actually doing all these videos, being able to help players out, being able to give you real rock life application, being able to help your accounts. And if you enjoy these videos, throw a thumbs up on here, give them a like real quick. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Doesn't cost you anything. And you can hit that bell to get any kind of alerts when we put out content like this. Well, everybody has a wish list, baby. And I am still sitting at mine 7 out of 10. And it's driving me crazy on my main. Now, last night during my live stream, I was able to get my special inscription pity on my second account, but I'm still striking out over here. We're trying to get it from 7 out of 10. This is how the pity system works, okay? And basically what happens is you have your rare inscription guarantees, and every time you get a rare inscription, right, we all know this, you increase this number right here. The higher you make the number, the higher likelihood that the next rare inscription you get will be actually a special inscription. So on my other account, I was 8 out of 10. So I got to skip the 9 out of 10, and I was able to get the special on 8 out of 10 for whatever reason. I always get them on 8 out of 10. Staffer, who did my dopamine stream, he got his at 7 out of 10. So it is possible, obviously, not too likely, but you can get those special inscriptions when your wish list is lower in this count. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, something that we've got to talk about, and I get asked this question a lot in my Discord. People are, for the most part, people are opening wedge, okay? And what's happening is they're sitting on a whole bunch of choice chests, right? When you are in the game and you're saving your choice chests, you've got these armament chests over here. All right. Now, in my dopamine stream, you guys saw I had like 200 of these things of each. And this is what you want to do when you don't have any fighting going on. You just hold on to these things and then you kind of open them all at once so you can focus on what to do. Now, the difference is, okay, if you're opening up like I am for Arch, right? It just so happens my Arch pity is really high, so I've been going after Arch, right? I don't really need Arch, but once I get a special inscription, I'll have to convert that over to something else. Well, a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, are opening currently for wedge, and that's great. You can be opening for wedge. You can be running your wish list up, but here's the thing, okay, because it makes sense. If you look at what the developers told us in the face-to-face, now we all assume, and I'm going to go ahead and just bet my mortgage on it, we're going to get the new skill damage formation released at the LA meetup that's happening March 14th, right? That's this weekend. And so with that being said, when they release that, they're going to give us a chance to kind of preview that, I guess, and which is kind of cool. But to ensure a smooth transition to the new formation, we will also launch a wish list progress swapping event for the wedge formation. That's just for the wedge formation. Those of you who are running up your pity for the wedge formation, you can switch that over to the new formation. Okay, so if you're running your wedge formation up, and let's say you've got your wedge formation sitting at like 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, do not open your armament chest. And here's why. Because you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, I can easily convert my wish list over to the new skill damage formation. However, if you're sitting on a whole bunch of choice chests and you get a rare, then that means you got to convert that rare over to the new formation, when you can just hold on to what you have and then you can open up all your choice chests after the new formation comes out, after you convert your wish list from wedge to the new formation. Then you go open up all your all your choice chests, okay? That's what you want to do. It's really simple and really easy. I know it's hard, especially for players like me who are I'm so ADD and impulsive. I open up stuff all the time. And it drives me crazy just to hold on to them, but I do sometimes. And if you're sitting here and you're like, okay, I got 100 of these. I've got 50 blues. I've got 50 legendary choice chests. And I'm sitting at 6 out of 10 on my wedge. What do I do? And I had this question on my Discord, and at first I was like, you can go ahead and crack them open. But then I had some help from some others saying, hey, Chadsky, if they get a rare, wouldn't it be better for them to get a rare on the new formation? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. You are totally right. And so from there, as you're running this number up over here, okay, you don't want to open up for wedge right now and get a rare inscription. And it's great. You run your pity to 7 out of 10, and you can easily convert that over to the new formation, but you're not going to convert the rare inscription you just got to push that up to 7 out of 10. And so it's best just to hold on to that. We're going to get you prepped for this, guys. This new formation is going to be a massive announcement. We're going to see what it does. We're going to see what the attributes are for it. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that applies to the game. We're going to find it out. Me and my guys and the people that are around me and my community, we test these things like crazy. And then we come back and tell you guys, hey, it's worth it. It's not worth it. You need to do this. Focus on these inscriptions. Do that. Here's your inscription tier list. I do all that fun stuff. Okay. And so from there, that's what we want to make sure and send out an APB to everybody and make sure. You guys know what an APB is, by the way? It's called an all points bulletin. Okay. It's an announcement. We want to send out an APB to everybody and say, hey, if you are sitting on a bunch of choice chests and you are opening for wedge, do not open them right now, because you want to wait, because you can convert that pity over to the new formation, and then you open your chest, see if you can get some rares, see if you can get a special inscription. That's what you want to do, okay? And so from there, we want to really help out players when they do this. If you guys are running up your pity like me on Arch, or you're running up your pity on Pincer or Delta, it doesn't matter. They're not going to let us change that over. It's just for the wedge formation. And honestly, it is also a projection when they say in here that it's just for the wedge formation. It's because they're only going to be releasing a skill damage formation. Okay, so we know it's going to be skill damage. Now, I'll have a card at the end screen to talk about skill damage, what's happened to skill damage over time, how it's been mitigated, and what are some possibilities that they can do with the new formation and the special inscriptions that are going to come with that. Now, the hard part there is that they've kind of already started to balance it with new stuff like Chin, and they've tried to balance it with things they put into the game to change the game, like they have with some of the talents that we have, right? On some of the support tree stuff that we've got, we know this, right? They have changed loose formation, and they've changed emergency protection to add combo and smite. All right. And so from there, we want to see what the new skill damage formation is. Is the skill damage formation going to be something that's going to all of a sudden make your CPO and Joan and Nevsky and Ragnar and all these skill damage commanders and Huo, put them in the meta again? Let them perform as well as the smite in the combo commanders that are out? Because they're not right now. They're just not. And so from there, if they do that, if they put out a formation that's going to have specials and all that stuff, that's going to be making these commanders meta again, then it's going to take a commander like Chin. Guys, he will be god tier if they really do something crazy with a skill damage formation that really enhances some of these commanders. So that's one of the things we wanted to kind of send out that announcement with and make sure players know, because I got asked this 3 times again yesterday. Do not open these if you are currently on any sort of wedge pity. Okay, do not open. If you're opening for wedge right now, don't open these. All right. And so with that, want to do a short video here. Make sure everybody knows that as we prepare for this meetup coming this weekend. I think a ton of stuff is going to be released in the meetup. I think we're going to get the formations. I think we're going to get some announcements maybe on the new Archer commanders that are coming out. That's going to be on the cycle of April 6th or April 20th. That's typically how that's scheduled out. So that's like next month. New Archers coming out. So with all that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, please throw a thumbs up on it. Give it a like. Help the channel out. Helps out the videos. Get down in my comments. Tell me what you think. We want to make sure players are doing the right things with their armaments. Hold on to your choice chests if you're opening for wedge. And with that, We hope you have a great day, broskies.